We're in the wings of the stage now. So when I lived in New York, I used to walk around Central Park and kind of daydream on what story I wanted to write, whether it be a 4-page story or maybe a 10-page story. I did write a book there at the time when I was at the Actor Studio. It was called Trapped in 3. I printed it out too. Don't remember who I sent it to. Regardless, I did write a story. But I think I finalized the story in Euless, Texas when I got back, and it was called Green Eyes. It was about a woman that was walking around Central Park and she freezes, like in like mid-motion, and slowly turns into a statue. It might be on Fiction Press, it might be on Fan Fiction. I don't know where it's at really, I have to go look. It might be there, I'll check it later. It's an interesting story. I was thinking about the statues that are like human statues. That are like human statues that become frozen in time. Kind of like a Twilight Zone episode kind of thing, but it was just written in short story form. That's what I think about when I see a human statue. I think of that kind of thing. They froze in time and slowly became what is known as like a human statue for whatever reason. But it is beautiful. The Anton statue in Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I think it suits him well. Who's surely probably one of our best actors. Right up there with the best, you know. A little young Ethan Hawke kind of thing. Even better, probably. Green Eyes is about a young, inspiring artist that runs into a lady that freezes, and she has green eyes, and she freezes solid into a statue in Central Park. And that is on my Fiction Press .com or .org. Fiction Press. Anyway, it's Fiction Press under the name of Ash Cole. That's my alias, Ash Cole. Let me look it up again. Found it. fictionpress.com. It's under Green Eyes, and it's under my alias, my writer alias, Ash Cole. It's under Green Eyes. It's a little short story I wrote about Central Park, and there's like a statue in it. This lady becomes like a human statue. Yeah, fictionpress is .com. There's also a fan fiction, and I gotta figure out what that one is, if it's .net or .org. I think it's .net. But Fiction Press is a .com. And I'm on there under Ash Cole. That's my alias. I do write under Cole Spivey as well. Sometimes under both names, so I can link the two. Cole Spivey and Ash Cole. Supposedly Ash Cole's name was started off a play that I wrote about a burrito. It was a 10-minute play about a burrito. And it was under Ash Cole. I found it in my closet. It's typed up. It's called 4-Minute Window. It's about this guy looking in a microwave window for his burrito to be cooked under the name of Ash Cole. It's got like all this scene design stuff in it and everything. It calls for a lot, but just over a burrito, over this gourmet burrito. It's kind of a comedy, absurd comedy of, I'm waiting for Waze, like an absurd comedy. It does overthrow words though. Waze will, when it beeps. So I elongate it and I just say, okay, Waze, when are you gonna beep again? Be able to see AMC Theater. The AMC Theater. It thinks that I'm on the ground level. That's why it's doing that. But I'm not on ground level. I'm on the second floor. For all you theorists. Headed to ground level. Coming your way to a theater near you on YouTube. It'd be cool if they showed YouTube at movie theaters. Why not? They will, because they'll save money. They'll just live, oh yeah, there it is. They'll live stream the YouTube at movie theaters in the future. Some of this stuff too. So they'll be like live streaming of like Adam the Woo, or not even live stream, but it'd be like, you know, like edited vlogs too will be shown from YouTube, from the YouTube site. And you know what'd be really cool? If they had a movie theater that the people could go into and choose what they wanted to watch. So they just rent the movie theater out and everyone makes a decision on what they want to watch together. Then they could just stream it. They could do it. They'd be like, your choice movie theater. You choose what you want to watch. The Please Subscribe Show with Cole Spivey and sometimes Edmund, Tuxedo Cassavetes the cat. We want to watch that because it's healing. Look at this right here. It's a sign that says heal. And then look, mutts. That's where you take your dog to get coffee. Dogs and coffee? Heal. Right, his dog's name is Zeus. Some cops one time were over here and kind of had him cornered. He walked over with his dog over here. Looks like he's back. I prayed for him. I was real scared for him. They came up, the cops came up right over here at Jack in the Box where he was. He went right across the road here on this side. So as long as he's off that property. They're real mean at that Jack in the Box. They're real judgmental. But his dog's named Zeus. So it's a pretty cool dog. Right off of Camp Bowie. That's Camp Bowie right there. And Bryant Irving. So I don't know what happened. Probably what I'm assuming is Jack in the Box. They make a lot of complaints and the cops will be over there at that Jack in the Box right there. And they're rude too. Whenever you go there, they're sometimes rude about giving out, you know, we don't give out that many taco sauce packets. And I was like, come on, man. I was asking for 12 taco pack. I was joking. I only asked for 12 taco pack sauces. Taco sauce packs. How do you say it? Taco sauce packs. Taco sauce packs. Taco sauce packs. Jack in the Box. Taco box. Taco box. A taco box. I like a taco box at Jack in the Box. Taco box. We don't got taco box. I want a taco box. We don't got taco box. When you gonna get taco box? We don't know. What about just tacos? $1.60. I thought it was $1. I thought it was $1.30. It was $1.60. We get 2 of them. You can get 3 tacos for $3.44, but after about 4 or 5 days, you start feeling ill. Pilgrim's Progress, when I played Christian, there's a line in Act 2 at the beginning. Her mouth was an endless pit. Her mouth was an endless pit. John Bunyan was genius. Her mouth was an endless pit. Went a few miles. Guess you just take Highland Ridge and Luna Grill at the shops, Clearfork. I'll do it in a minute. Here, I'll do it right now. The total mileage for this trip is 11 miles. I just calculated for the Luna Grill drop. Not a way to do it now if I forget. I can do it at the end of the trip just as I can do it at the beginning. They built the app that way. I just realized it. So it's an 11-mile trip from Luna Grill to this location. I just showed you. If you're a government figure, you owe me money. Like a lot of money. All right. They ripped off. DoorDash already got sued for it. They ripped off a lot of drivers. I do have some ideas. One of them, I think maybe would be, I like the idea of creating an album. And one title that I have for the album would be Love and War and Love and, actually, go back. One title I have would be Love and War and Loneliness. So it would be like on the front side of the album, and I'd like to do like a vinyl, you know, eventually print out a vinyl album for a record, but it'd be Love and War. I see like a white covering and just black letters, Love and War, kind of John Lennon. And then on the back, it'd be black and then black and white on the back, and it would say War and Loneliness, and it would just be the letters. So Love and War, and it turns around, War and Loneliness. Like that. Then on the inside would be like some photos of the Vietnam War, and then on the other side would be photos of the Afghan War. So it'd have like photos of the Vietnam War on the front side, on the inside of the pocket of the vinyl, and then on the side it would be like photographs of the Afghan War and the desert and things like that. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to have that, like a vinyl, like a record. What do they say, anyway, on the records? They have different speeds on them and stuff like that. I've heard 97. I've heard 45s. I've heard 45s. Oh, there's Fort Worth. Air Motor USA. My theory when I was 27 years old was like, okay, I'm young, I can run around, I look good, I've got six-pack abs, let's go out to LA and make it work, you know? That's when you're 27 years old. That's how you think. You don't think that way when you're approaching 50. You know, you stay where you're at, do the best that you can, and then if things work out for you, you show up to LA or you show up to New York. Many people are like that. Richard Linklater, the filmmaker, talks about this all the time in a lot of his monologues and the things that he talks about when it comes to film. That he didn't have to go out to the studios where you're knocking on the door, you know, hello, and no one's there. You know, it's kind of like in The Wizard of Oz when they go to the Emerald City. And they're knocking on the door, you know, in The Wizard of Oz. You ever seen The Wizard of Oz? Okay. Go watch The Wizard of Oz. And there's Emerald City. There's Fort Worth right there. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you're going to make a show, then just make the show, you know? If you go to LA and you get a job, if you're one of the 1,000 that audition for, I don't know, the revival of Melrose Place or whatever they're doing now. I don't know, Grey's Anatomy. I don't know what they're doing, you know. Then you get in and you do the best you can and hang on to it. They'll negotiate a deal. Maybe you're there for 6 years. Maybe you're there for a year. You land that deal as an actor. They give you health insurance and you do well. That happens. That can happen. That can happen like that. But if it doesn't, you better start making a show. You better start writing something. You better get on the community theater line and start doing something. Rather than, oh, you better be a big dreamer, you know. You've got these things. You can make a commercial. Just make the commercial. Do a dog food commercial. Do a cat food commercial. It may not be the best commercial, but it's a commercial because you say the words of what it is. Fancy Feast, gravy style. Fancy Feast chicken gravy. Here it is. And practice over and over. And send it up. Hit the button. Let it go up on YouTube. You got yourself a good Fancy Feast commercial with your cat. My cat name is Edmund. Edmund, Tuxedo Cassavetes. That's my cat. And he likes Fancy Feast. You got the voice there. It's still recording. It's something. You keep doing that over and over as an actor. See, at heart, I'm an actor. So we can sell things. and you should be okay. That dream itself will manifest itself, and it'll take you where you need to go. If you love it, it'll happen. Yes, it does help to go out to Los Angeles if you can make it work. But you have to make 3 times the amount of money. You have to be quick, and do not work for the police and sheriff support fund, because I did, and I had to spend 17 hours in jail. Did not even know what I was doing. And the officer that arrested me said, well, a lot of people don't know that they're breaking the law, and it's not fair, because I had no idea. It was a telemarketing job. But I did take another telemarketing job where I sold Rhinotech printer cartridges. I called up everybody. But you got to find something that's different in Los Angeles. It's different in New York. They're very similar. They both kind of starve you. New York will starve the crap out of you, because New York is a neat town. It's an expensive town, but you'll starve, but it'll be tough. And you work hard, and then you get yourself there. If you're going to end up on Wall Street, then that's what you're going to do. You're not going to be an actor anymore. You'll be on Wall Street. Goodbye, acting dream. Because if you blow that, then you blow millions of dollars. If you go out to Los Angeles and you get a job selling cars, goodbye, actor. Now you're a car salesman making $1 million a year for sure, especially in Los Angeles. At least it's a rundown place. You might can make it work. Hey, Edward Norton did. Edward Norton went to Japan to make money with his dad's company. Came back and met Richard Gere. And they let him do Primal Fear. True story. Yeah, he met Richard Gere in an audition for Primal Fear. And that became Edward Norton's life as an actor. But he was trying to go into business. He was a businessman at heart. Or you ever like read those children's stories about the house, and then like all the city kind of builds around the house, smothering the house? Look at this house. It reminds me of that children's story. The house is sitting there, and then all of a sudden there's a suburbia. Then years later, then there's one building, and then another year later, there's like a giant building, like a skyscraper around it. Guy's kind of crazy up there, but you know what I mean? It's like at times you think, okay, I have this thing, it's small, it's beautiful, and then all of a sudden these big things all around it, and that small thing becomes kind of rustic and harder to deal with, you know? That's kind of how life is. Here's a new house though, right here, a bigger one. And then maybe one day you have this big thing, you know? But then there's these small things that are around it that kind of start to dwindle. And you become that big, massive skyscraper that's hurting that small thing, because you become like a big thing. I am this big thing. I am this big skyscraper. The thing that people don't realize about this whole journey and the arts and acting and storytelling and even playwriting and screenplay writing and even songwriting, whatever it is that you attach to, whatever it is you make your gold, you know, your gold mine, that you only live one time. You live one time. And let's say you make a living off building this wonderful restaurant, you know, and you build this restaurant and it's great and you feed all these people. That's a good thing. But that's what you did, you know. You didn't go off and become a movie star. You built a restaurant, you know. Going off and becoming a movie star is like a full-time dream. It goes on for like a long time. Here's a Trinity right here. Trinity River. You got to go through all this weight loss stuff. You have to worry about what you look like, which is a good thing because you have to watch out for your health. Some do it for the health reasons, you know. They have to watch out for their health. They're like, no, I'm not going to have that, you know. Don't need that slice of cheesecake. Instead, I'll go have some yogurt cheesecake. It's a little bit better, which is about what I'm going to go get. But, you know, you have to watch it. It's like a way of balancing your life. Because if I had that big restaurant or that big empire, I may be like 15 times the size that I am now and not happy at all. You know, like a big, fat, miserable failure kind of thing. Look at this graveyard right here. But that's where we all end up, whether you're John Candy or Robert Downey Jr. one of the two. Everybody ends up like that. It's true. But I always kind of saw myself as kind of a thin guy, you know, muscular, sinewy, you know. That's kind of how I see myself. And it takes a long time before you can really start to implement that and manifest that. It'll take me at least through summer.